Prepare yourself.
Oh, this is the Ninja Troll Digicast.
Hello again and welcome to the Cathedral of Wisdom for the Ninja Troll Digicast. There's no need to fear. The Ninja Troll is here. My name is Tim Dixon. I am joined by Mike Worth, and also this week, my daughter Emma Dixon is with us as well.
Hello.
Welcome, Ninja Troll Nation, to a super episode of the radio show. In our features hour, the second hour of the show, we've got special guest, as we heard, Miss Emma Dixon.
Hello.
Who this week did a deep watch of Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
Mm-hmm. This is something that I think we're going to do on an
irregular basis.
Yeah, Emma can't be with us all the time, but she as stupid school.
Stay in school, Emma. Stay in school.
She as a 14-year-old new fan to science fiction comic books, she can look at a lot of this stuff that to us is classics and we know word for word and completely.
This is Centi Alpha 5.
Exactly. She can look at this stuff with a fresh eye and give us a fresh look at it.
So what the hell was that?
Because a lot of times, we can have nostalgia goggles.
Oh, and it's all good
for stuff. Like if you go back and rewatch the first the Christopher Reeve Superman movie.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There's a lot of issues in there that we kind of give a pass on because it was so cool and we watched it when we were growing up.
It was too dark.
It was awesome. It was way too dark.
Maybe I should do that next.
You probably will. So
that's a good idea. Well, we're gonna have Emma's interpretation.
Yes.
Just like me. Like I read the comics and I'm just an idiot. So it's fun to hear us just about these things.
Yeah, we do that a lot.
Try to be here.
But in our movie and TV news, this week's biggies were really the Doctor Strange trailer that came out during the Olympics.
I haven't seen
the new
that.
Luke Cage footage. Yeah.
Oh, I saw the Luke Cage, but I haven't seen Doctor Strange.
Yeah, and we got a Star Wars Rogue One trailer special this week coming out during the Olympics. I think it's Thursday. We're going to see that.
Cool.
So, and in the comic rack, we will react to a shocking death.
Yes.
In the first issue of Superwoman. So Timmy's
came out today.
Came out today.
Yeah.
So we are fresh here.
Grab your tissues.
Yeah. But now here's Timmy D with some tidbits.
Yeah, we just got a couple tidbits this week. First off, a copy of Action Comics #1, graded at 5.5, which there's only a couple hundred known copies of Action Comics #1.
And is that a good rating or a low rating?
That's a mid. That's like.
For Action Comics, I know it's out of 10, right? So
I think for Action Comics #1, you have to go anything. Is a decent
rad.
one. I mean, yeah. I'd take a 0.5, quite frankly. I mean,
barely recognizable.
Yeah, exactly. But it's sold through the Dallas-based Heritage Auction Company for $956,000.
Good Lord.
Holy crap.
Not the most expensive comic ever sold.
No,
right?
one sold a couple years ago. An Action Comics #1 sold for like $3 million. Yeah, exactly.
That was impeccable.
But it had been read once. Literally, it's the Holy Grail. Basically, it had been read once and put in a airtight cedar chest at high altitude.
Oh man!
So that is the absolute, except for like a Mylar bag. That was the best way it could be kept.
That's incredible.
I mean,
still $956,000.
Yeah, $956,000 is a pretty big deal.
Good.
And the seller acquired the comics in the 90s for just $26,000. So see,
investment. See, honey,
we could have put our kids through college with all that. See, we knew what we were
almost.
doing.
Not quite.
Yeah.
College then was a lot cheaper.
But that was the thing. That's actually a really good turnaround. You buy it for 26 and sell it for close to $1 million.
What's the percentage markup on that? Let's get the calculator out here. Not the Batman villain.
I'm on summer break. I don't do
She's
math
not going
on
to
summer
think.
break.
It's not going to happen.
Let's see. 26 divided by 956. Okay. Well, I guess it's 956 divided by 26. I always hate that. We're going to do it. Here we go.
We got it.
Okay. So 36.8 time markup. So
Wow.
I cut myself. Yeah. So
don't do math, kids. You'll cut yourself.
You will. Calculator sharp. Solar panels.
Stay in school, but don't do math.
Exactly.
That's 36.8 times.
But that was the thing. I thought was great that like all the speculation, the bubble busting, and everybody was talking about nobody made any money from comics. Actually, this guy did. He's probably the only one.
Yeah.
And it wasn't one of the comics that came out during the 90s. That was the thing. Everybody was buying the comics that were coming out in the 90s thinking that they were going to be worth $1 million. That didn't work out. But this guy.
Wowee. Good for
Way
him.
to go, man. Good for you.
Hero of the day.
And this one, okay, that one's a really cool story. This one will almost kind of make you sick to your stomach.
Oh.
A box of vintage comics estimated at around $85,000 went missing from the Tampa Bay Comic Con.
Timmy, I just found a box of vintage comics
You just found
on
them.
my trip to not Tampa.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful. Was it
Yeah,
from a dealer?
It
or
was
what
a
was the...
Yeah, it was a dealer. That was New Force Comics. They set up on Thursday, and it was there. They came back Friday morning, and it wasn't. And this gets worse. This is where it gets worse.
Oh, Lord.
What was in it? There was 2 copies of Amazing Fantasy 15.
Spider-Man's
First appearance, Spider-Man.
Crap.
A Amazing Spider-Man #1. A Incredible Hulk #1. Uncanny X-Men #1.
Oh.
And numerous other Silver Age titles.
You don't just leave that laying
That was the
around.
thing. I mean,
I feel weird leaving markers overnight in the hall. You know,
that-
like, I'm afraid
Yeah.
some crackhead's going to get them. You know,
yeah,
but
I
not
think
a box
that was.
of that.
Yeah, you don't leave a box that's just like. I
You
mean,
just take it to the hotel.
I feel sure that was probably the plan, and it didn't get carried. It was like, okay, we need to take this one out of here, and because if you think about we've been to.
It's a surgical strike, though. Was anything else taken?
Not that they
Just that
pointed
box.
out. Yeah, I mean, of course, it was a story about that, so maybe that
Other
was just
stuff
the
got-
part. Yeah, other part.
I don't know if
other
it was a
stuff
part
too.
of a bigger heist. That could have been.
But you have to know what you're going for,
Exactly.
because it's not just some random guy's going to go in and go, I'm going to take this box.
It's probably another dealer
You
or another
knew- yeah.
artist or.
You knew what you were getting, or else you wouldn't have took that box. So yeah, but I think it was probably the plan is they were going to take it and put it in the hotel room or keep it with them, and that just didn't happen.
And what?
Like somebody
They
didn't
got
pick it up.
Too much Mountain Dew? Like
Yeah.
during the day at con?
I got to run to the bathroom. But yeah, I mean, I've always thought about that. I mean, a lot of, like you said, you don't necessarily feel comfortable leaving a lot of stuff there overnight. And then you think about vendors they have those walls where they put all the really cool high-end comics.
I can't tell you how many times I've been like, I could just take that, and nobody would know. I mean, look, I grew up in New York. I lock everything.
Yeah.
Like, I get out of the car to just boom, quick, I lock it. You know, it's like, and
It's just
my
a
wife
habit,
is from
yeah.
upstate New York where they didn't do that so much.
Yeah.
And it's like we constantly have this battle. But
Yeah.
anyway,
But yeah, I mean, it just. But
protect your comics, kids.
But also at the same time, with these, there's going to be you can kind of watch.
Oh, the market they'll
Yeah,
come
the
on
market
the market
will
real
come,
soon.
Yeah, and you'll know. I mean,
Unless this person's smart and they lay low.
yeah,
That's my plan.
Because again, like I said, it wasn't just some Joe Schmo. It wasn't a crackhead that went, "Hey, I'm going to take these and
If
sell
you
them
can steal
right
like
now."
that, you're cracking.
If
You got something wrong with you.
you-
That's not cool. That's not cool.
It's really not cool. But I'm saying they know what they have, so therefore they probably know if these specific ones pop up on the market all of a sudden that they're going to get busted.
Or
Or it may
it
be
went missing.
Yeah.
And it's insurance.
Yeah.
scam. Yeah, because insurance, I mean, comic companies or dealers, I'm sure, have insurance
Oh yeah.
for their products, right? I mean,
If I had one box that was worth $85,000, you damn right I would have
Right.
insurance.
I'm going to have the Allstate guy stand there
Yeah, no kidding.
with the price gun.
Yeah. So I hope it turns out that, they were misplaced and they pop up. I don't know when Tampa Bay Comic-Con was. I don't know if it was this past weekend or.
Yeah, I think it was pretty
No
recent.
idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Wow,
it just, like I said, it just kind of makes you sick to your stomach thinking about losing all that. And not just, okay, there's a monetary amount to it. And that for the dealer, that's going to be the big hit. But you also think about you're losing 2 Amazing Fantasy 15. There's not a whole lot of those around.
No, the Silver Age ones is not so bad. I mean, I know Fantasy's Silver Age as well, but it's the most rare of the rare.
Yeah. So yeah, it just makes you sick to your stomach.
Boo.
But let's just move on past that. Let's head right into our movie and TV news.
Meanwhile, back at the Cathedral of Wisdom, it's the movie and TV news on the Ninja Troll Digicast.
All right, so the first thing here is that the Suicide Squad, despite every critic in the world taking a poop on it, it broke a Monday box office record for the month of August.
What's its total now?
Why you gotta ask me questions
I gotta
like
throw
that?
you under the bus like that. Well, I know it's doing huge numbers. It's the biggest August opening. I think biggest August opening ever.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm sure. All right, let's see. So
We have to see that.
Yeah, we still have yet to see it. So
okay, so
sheesh. He had to either. So.
Okay.
no, we're good. We're good. It hasn't changed in the tomato meter, but it currently has earned. It's currently 133.7 million.
It's a nice big chunk of change.
It's at the top of the box office.
Yeah.
Head and shoulders over the next movie, the Jason Bourne movie, which is at 57% tomato. It's only at 22 million.
Yeah.
So
I'll take the money over the tomatoes anyway. So.
true, right? Like Star Trek Beyond, the highest rated film on tomatoes right now that's out, it only made 10 million. So
wow.
Yeah.
Screw Rotten Tomatoes.
Man,
it's the top box office. Yeah.
Dang.
So
that's crazy. They only
sorry,
made 10 million.
sorry, Timmy.
Well, I mean,
I don't know what to tell you.
They got my little part of the 10 million.
You're the 0.2 right there.
I even sprung for the extra headache with the 3D glasses. So
hey,
that was I hate that. It gave me a headache the whole time. I had to pull them up every once in a while just to relieve the throbbing in my head.
Well, your eyes kind of do something.
Yeah, it's not
quirky.
natural, and so your eyes have to keep changing focus. So it just gave me a headache.
Wow,
killed me. But yeah, hopefully this weekend we can go and watch Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick a day too and go see it. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But anyway, that was good news. I like hearing good news about Suicide Squad because I'm excited to see it. Patrick Stewart, make it so. Sorry, that was Sean Connery. He says that the new Wolverine will probably be his last X-Men film.
Oh yeah,
that's what he's saying. So
you can kind of I mean, when was
2000?
It was 2000 was the first one. So 16 years.
Being Professor X.
Yeah,
it was
longer than he was Captain Picard. So
yeah, that's true. Wow, but he was Captain Picard like
on a steady
every day,
weekly basis. Yeah,
that's a long time to be.
That's true.
Captain.
Yeah.
But this week during the Olympics in Rio, we had a Doctor Strange trailer come out. That was really cool. We got a little more stuff. We saw more of the teachers and the other sorcerers that he's going to be sort of training under and sort of reveal the world to him. A ton of folding reality. I think that's going to be the greatest thing. Is there's kaleidoscope effect on all the 3D models. Yeah. This looks insanely cool. Very trippy. And the coolest thing about the trailer was he did the cloak throw.
Oh, nice!
Where he just throws his cloak and then instantly goes on him, and the collar pops.
It just kind of puts itself on him, and then boop, he's ready to go.
Well,
it's pretty cool.
Brilliant.
I've never seen Doctor Strange except at a Comic-Con cosplay. So.
And it took some doing to find him. So.
Yeah, that's true. He'll be very popular very soon, though.
Yeah, true. But it's interesting that they brought out this new trailer very quickly after the last one because they did the other one at San Diego Comic-Con.
Well, I think it's two events. Yeah. I mean, a lot of things are trying to capture Comic-Con and Olympics things. Have you guys been watching
the Olympics? Not much at all. No.
The other day when I finished watching Harry Potter and I turned the TV back, it was on the equestrian. Horse riding.
Okay. Yeah, right. If it's a sport you like, it's cool.
Yeah.
You can watch for a little while.
Yeah.
I like swimming. I like the swimming and some shooting.
I fell asleep watching it, so.
Shooting. Yeah, that's.
Fell asleep and forgot to watch Star Trek.
There you go. See, you.
I'm sorry.
Ruined your homework.
Don't put the Olympics on in the middle because it'll throw you off. But we also saw from a poster that confirms now that Benjamin Bratt is going to be in Doctor Strange.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Who?
Do we know who he's playing?
Not yet. He's just listed as an actor.
Okay.
So he's got a big enough name. I mean, he's been around for a good while. And, of course, this comes out November 4th. So that'll be great just before Election Day, before the world ends.
Nice.
And
Nice.
my birthday. Yeah, my birthday's on election day this year.
Oh boy.
And now you know.
Happy birthday.
Oy. But this Thursday, look for a Rogue One trailer. That's going to be coming
Yeah,
up.
I'd heard
airing
that
on
was
the
going to be
Olympics.
airing during the Olympics.
I wonder what else they'll do. They got to drop something else. We
Yeah.
need a little Vader, or something. Like
They
little
really need
tease.
to, because I mean, you see him. Well, supposedly from the Star Wars Celebration in Europe,
There's
they
that
said,
trailer.
Yeah, they said that he was in the trailer, but then the TV spot they released right after it, you get like the back of somebody that might be Vader, or it might be the dude that we saw with the. It was like a cape, but you couldn't tell what color it was. Maybe it was black. Maybe it was Vader. You don't know. So
Killing us, Smalls. Come on.
Just let's see Vader.
Well, in between the 400 freestyle and pole vaulting,
Yeah,
we'll
there you
have
go.
we'll have some new Rogue One, which will be exciting. So tune in to the Olympics for that. This is a popper. Mila Jovovich will return for her leading role in another Resident Evil movie called The Final Chapter.
How many is this? This is what?
11 team.
Yeah, this has been a lot. But apparently they still make money, so go for it.
And people love this in the
Yeah.
genre. An international trailer just came out, and it shows the last stand of the evil zombie creatures in Raccoon City. And Jorah, what's his name? Jorah Mormont from Game of Thrones,
Oh, okay.
who travels with Khaleesi and Essos. He's like the bad guy.
He's Sir Friendzone.
Yeah, Sir Friendzone. Exactly. He's a squire. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's exciting. Zombies and scary things with lots of teeth. This is cool. We're going to have another Narnia reboot. We're going to have the Silver Chair adaptation.
So it's not going to follow the other one it was.
They listed reboot.
Okay.
Because it's been a while. Narnia came out how many years ago? Did it come out with The Hobbit?
I didn't think it'd been that long, but I guess now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, maybe it has been.
No idea.
But that's all they did, right? They never did the rest.
No, they
This
just
will be
did
the
one.
second book, right?
Okay.
Narnia has what, 5 books?
I think so.
And then there's the Dawn Treader, right? The boat.
Yes, The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, Prince Caspian, Voyage of the Dawn Treader, The Silver Chair, The Horse and His Boy, The Magician's Nephew, and The Last Battle.
I counted 7.
Cool.
So, yeah, there's quite a bit there. Let's see.
So I never really was into Narnia.
I read The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, and that's it.
That was it.
I read.
Did you ever read Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe in school? Nothing like that?
Probably should.
Yeah. It's classic.
I think I actually
Make you
have
smarter. I've got it in my library.
it.
So.
Oh, okay.
You can just
Somebody
audiobook it too.
Yeah, that's true.
There's
I just-
tons of graphic novels for these
Yeah.
classics and stuff.
Whenever I try to listen to audiobooks, I always just zone out or fall asleep. I
know.
can't do it.
Especially if their voice is soothing and they're like,
Yeah.
there once
That's,
was a lion, a witch, and a wardrobe.
The best audiobook I ever had was Misery,
Oh.
read by
Stephen King?
Kathy Bates.
Oh, Kathy Bates.
Yes.
Oh,
So
man.
that was awesome.
Oh, she's
Yeah, okay. The Chronicles of Narnia, they did A Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe in 2005, Prince Caspian in 2008, and The Voyage of the Dawn Treader in 2010. So they did 3.
the first 3. So
Yeah.
we're gonna get the Silver
I guess
Chair
we'll pick up with the.
with the Australian 90s rock band.
Yeah, exactly.
When we're not surfing, we're writing science fiction
That's right.
together. All right, let's shift over to TV news. All right, so the biggest, craziest, best, the new Luke Cage trailer,
Yeah, that was good stuff.
which isn't just punching and rap. It's more dialogue. It's you get his origin story. We saw the bracelets
And the tiara.
and the tiara. Yeah. But we got more of the characters. So this is going to be sort of a gangster of Harlem type of thing. But we saw a lot of Rosario Dawson.
With this
Biggie Smalls
the Biggie
poster.
Smalls poster behind him. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's Mahershala Ali, who's going to
Okay.
play the Harlem Kingpin. I don't know what his name is. I haven't looked into that yet. I wasn't really a Luke Cage reader, so I don't know.
I wasn't either.
Yeah, I don't know like many of his. I mean, I know the heroes, but I don't know many of the villains.
I've only heard about him when the trailer came out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but man, there's a lot of like old school star power in there. A lot of like famous black actors from like the 80s and the 90s, I think, because they're really trying to capture that 70s sort of
70s vibe, because that was what Power Man was. It was, I mean, back when he wasn't called Luke Cage, he was called Power Man.
Did he drive like a fly car and stuff and like?
No, not that I don't remember.
I've walked around and
I have a couple of issues of Power Man and Iron Fist.
Okay.
To do as art pieces, but I haven't noticed them. They're basically just hanging around, and that's the thing. It's weird. It's weird that they're having two shows. It feels like they should be
together.
Together. It should be
together. Just say it right.
Okay. Cornell Cottonmouth Stokes is the gangster. The Harlem gangster.
Oh, I like that name.
Yeah,
it's deadly.
Cottonmouth. And that was a villain that was like a full on
snake dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cottonmouth was Marvel, right? Yeah. Wasn't he part of like the Serpent Society?
I believe so.
Or was that in DC Serpent Society? Well, you get the Google box out and you find
I'm asking the Google right now. Say they do.
But this guy is like gonna be worse than Kilgrave Purple Man. Like ruthless. There's scenes of him.
He beat somebody. Yes, he was part of the Serpent Society.
Cool.
He beat somebody to death in the trailer, and he's covered in blood.
So he's gonna be. Yeah, he's gonna get it. Yeah.
Yeah, and Alfre Woodard is in there. Mm-hmm. She is so awesome. Pretty much anything she's in, you're like, okay, I'm in. Nice. And Misty Knight. I wasn't quite sure if that was supposed to be Misty Knight or not.
She's Luke's.
She's been a part of all of this, like Power Man, Iron Fist. She is not really a sidekick. But she's with
like
Falcon,
team member.
Yeah, as Captain America.
Oh, cool.
She's been around forever. She used to have the gigantic fro.
Oh, she was like a Pam Grier.
Yes, yeah, full on 70s Pam Grier.
Yeah, Foxy
fro.
Cleopatra.
Foxy Cleopatra. Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
But now she's actually a police detective.
Oh, cool.
So, but it's cool to see a character like that put in there as well. I don't remember. I mean, I don't recognize the other character names as being anything from
the old school comics.
Yeah. And you have Rosario Dawson as Claire Temple, who is the connection.
She's the connection between everything.
Put connection to all the series.
Exactly.
Yeah, they pull them all together. So,
but in that same Netflix and kill world, as we like to call it, Jessica Jones season 2 hints at greater connections to the Defenders show. So that's going to be, I think, the kickoff. And Luke Cage is going to be very self-contained, I think, at first, because there's a lot of mojo in that character that I think they're going to get a lot out of.
Yeah.
But showrunner Melissa Rosenberg confirms that we'll not have another season like we did in the first one, with sort of one big baddie the whole entire time. It won't be as psychological.
Okay.
It'll be more action, more butt kicking.
Yeah.
And it will sort of allow the shows to mix in really well. So that's exciting.
Cool.
Some good news, which I was excited about. Agent Carter is not gone. She'll make some appearances in some future Marvel TV shows.
It'll be like flashbacks?
I suppose. But Peggy will be around for a little while. Wow. Yeah, that's what studio execs are saying.
Well, I was out of work Monday. So I've had the last half of the season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on my DVR forever.
You think they could do it there?
That's
easily,
what
right?
They did that
the
before.
S.H.I.E.L.D. starter,
they did
right?
flashbacks to her and the Howling Commandos.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning of S.H.I.E.L.D., they worked the Dum Dum Dugan and the Howling Commandos worked for her. So they've done flashbacks like that before
to the war and in the 50s and stuff.
Yeah. So that could be. That could be where she pops in. I mean, it's going to have to be a flashback for her to show up.
Yeah, because she died, right?
Yeah, she died in America Civil War. Yeah. So
I didn't know that. So thanks.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, that's all right. If I haven't seen Civil War by now, I deserve it.
Yeah, exactly. There's a statute of limitations. I can only be held in check for so long before I spoil something. So
I thought you studied the martial arts. We got to work on that.
What?
Something amazing happened that you even posted on the Facebook page. Great job with the social medias.
Sweet.
But there was an old school conference room table that had a big old JSA logo on it.
Yep. That would look really cool too.
Yeah, there'll be cookies at the meeting. It looked
Yep,
like.
of course.
Yeah.
Can't have a good meeting without cookies.
Well, that's gonna be great, right? Because that's gonna be for Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right, we'll have
Because
a lot of JSA.
they keep casting. They cast Stargirl as well.
Oh, they did?
I don't remember who they cast.
I remember seeing that.
Stargirl's sort of a very female Captain America looking character. She has like the blonde hair that comes out the top
Yeah,
of her costume.
yeah. I don't remember who they. There we go. They cast Sarah Gray has landed the role of Stargirl in the second season of DC Legends of Tomorrow.
I don't recognize her.
Okay, you know what Stargirl looks like?
Yeah.
That's her. She really looks the part.
Well, awesome.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. So yeah, she was part of the. Exactly. See.
Yep, got it. Done.
She was part of the Justice Society. They've already shown us Our Man.
Mm-hmm.
They've cast 2 different Steels, Commander and Citizen.
Well, the father or the grandfather
and then
the grandson.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna get Dr. Fate. I mean,
Oh man, I would lose it.
that would
if
be
we saw Dr.
incredible.
Fate.
You
Yeah.
see it, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, I love Dr. Fate. So that, he's a classic Justice Society.
We got Jay
character.
Garrick.
And we've got Jay Garrick. Yeah,
So-
that's the real question is, okay, is the Jay Garrick that we saw on The Flash, is that part of that world?
It could be.
And is Legends of Tomorrow just jumping timelines, or are they jumping worlds?
You never know. Yeah, right. Because
Yeah.
we're only moving through time, so it's very possible.
So
that
how
we're
else are we
hitting
going to get
the
to
other
Justice Society if they're not coming from another Earth?
Earth. I just want Ultraman.
I just want Barry to.
The Japanese Ultraman? That'd be awesome.
I'll take him, but I want the man.
The Ultraman. But yeah, it's we're kind of wide open now of what they're going to do, and now that they've got Supergirl on the same network,
They
you
can do
think
no
at some
wrong.
point
No wrong.
they're gonna. I think I would like to see a Crisis and combine into all into one world.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think I saw an article on Facebook the other day where it said that during the crossover it was gonna like merge the worlds.
Yeah. It
That's
makes
awesome.
sense. I
Yeah.
mean, because now that they're on the same network, it would make sense to do that.
Well, who's our big baddie going to be, right? Because they're going to do Darkseid in the movie,
Yeah.
and like I don't know what DC's thinking with having 2 characters in different worlds. I
could
still
use-
don't like that, but
They could
I'll
use
get used to
Mogul.
it. Mogul.
Yeah, the one who blew up Coast City.
Oh,
Oh, see.
well, because we haven't had. Well, we've had Easter eggs, but no confirmation of
Yeah.
Green Lantern.
True.
Didn't they cast someone that was related to Green Lantern in
I'm sorry,
Arrow?
not Mogul, Mongol.
Oh, Mongol. Yeah, I'm like Mogul.
Mogul.
Sounds like a business tycoon. I mean,
Messing
we'd
everything up.
never get the Anti-Monitor. I mean, that would
No,
not be. He's
that'd be
too
too much,
too
yeah.
weird of a character. Yeah, like Darkseid's at least he's got some staying power. Anti-Monitor didn't
Got
do
that
much.
jaw.
Yes. But anyway, everybody on Twitter got crazy, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
did Timmy D.
Oh yeah.
So, Timmy, you'll love this. But Hulu, and it's a reason to subscribe to it because it's not free anymore.
Yeah.
Is producing a docuseries called Limelight, which is people who shaped pop culture over the 20th century.
Ooh.
And they're going to feature a Batman, a segment that has Bill
Oh,
Finger.
Bill Finger. I
all
remember
mentioned.
reading that. Yeah, that. Yeah, you're right. That is a reason to subscribe to Hulu, because I would love to see that, because now that Bill Finger's part is coming out a little more.
Superman vs. Batman. Gotham has his name. I mean,
Yeah,
anything to
everything
come.
now, instead of just it saying Batman created by Bob Kane, which is what it's always been, Bob Kane actually wrote that into his contract,
It has
that
to be.
anything that Batman was in had to say Batman created by Bob Kane.
Right.
Now they've included Bob Kane with Bill Finger.
Mm-hmm.
So now that his part of creating Batman is coming more to light, I would really be interested to see a full documentary about, because I mean, there's people that say that Bob Kane had very little to do with creating Batman. It was pretty much all Bill Finger, because Bob Kane came back with what looked like one of the Birdmen from Flash Gordon.
Oh,
And Bill Finger's suggestion was, well, you need something that people can be afraid of. So let's make it a bat. And so he went and redid it as Batman. So he said right there, Okay, would that have caught on? Would Birdman have caught on?
We did in Hanna-Barbera with me. And remember, his bird was named Avenger.
Oh, there you go.
And then
Say.
Falcon 7 was his Birdman. You must go and infiltrate the evil lord's palace and take back the death ray. I should have been around to do that show. I would have crushed it. Birdman.
Okay.
Target. Sorry, we do this. It's horrible.
Yes.
All right. So that's cool. We'll have some justice in the Justice League about Batman. That'll be fun. I don't know when that's coming out, but I think it might be pretty soon because Hulu's, they announce and then they just go.
Yeah.
Gotham, I guess the show Gotham, we've got footage from season 3. Have you caught on to that yet?
I don't think I watched more than like 2 episodes of season 2.
All right. Well, then you're going to love this.
Yeah.
So, all right.
I'm sure they're introducing another villain.
Sure are.
Oh,
Okay.
Of course.
So
they are.
Gotham eyes Harley Quinn and Croc.
Oh, good Lord.
According to executive producers Ken Stevens and John Woodruff, Harley Quinn and Killer Croc are being considered for introductions on Gotham.
Dude,
Reports from Deadline.
Ease up, man.
These iconic characters will be introduced in a way similar to that of Jerome, who may not yet be the Joker yet, but all the characteristics are there, even though Jerome was killed.
Yeah.
Way to
And
go.
everybody left.
I'm glad that theory worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, but it echoed throughout.
Yeah.
Woodruff said the Indian Hill that exists in Gotham, that's the bridge to these villains like Killer Croc and Solomon Grundy.
Solomon Grundy.
So
Oh, good Lord.
I knew you'd love that.
Any chance for me to say Solomon Grundy
Is a good chance.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. But speaking of Fox, we also got some Lucifer footage about the next season, which that show still looks great.
I watched, I think 4 or 5 episodes. I love it.
Isn't it great? It's so stylish and fun,
Yes,
and
I need
it's
to
dark.
watch the rest of it. Yeah.
It's dark. But they're adding
Of course,
Sopranos.
it's dark. It stars the devil.
The devil.
The
evil.
devil. He's evil.
Evil. Satan.
Yeah.
But they're adding a Sopranos actor, Michael Imperioli,
Cool.
who will join the cast.
Are they saying who he's playing or
Just that they're adding him.
just
not yet.
adding? Okay.
Yeah, he's just been added.
Cool.
Yes. A couple more things about Fox. They are in significant talks right now with the principals of X-Files to do more episodes in the
So they're doing
2017-18
another
season for the True Believers. Yeah, they want to do another one.
Cool.
So that'll be
Chris
fun.
Carpenter will be very happy, I'm sure.
Oh, he's so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a kid on Christmas.
Yeah. This was a little bit of a bummer, but Fox has officially killed the Hellfire-themed X-Men series.
So it's out. Yeah. We hadn't heard anything in a while, so it was looking a little
Pretty dismal.
Yeah.
But when co-creators Evan Katz and Manny Cotto left to go work on the upcoming 24 Legacy show, that was a pretty clear sign that wasn't happening.
Yeah.
But an X-Men show is still slated, but not yet named. So we may have something else
So like
that could come in.
other than the Legion show?
I don't know. It could be that we have
Okay.
something else that's in place of. But I guess, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what they were. Maybe Legion is the solution. But Legion wasn't mentioned in the article. This was just recent, so I don't know why. You look it up. You be the
Interesting.
judge.
Cool.
Now, let's see. Okay, last fun thing. Star Wars announces Season 3 of Rebels that's coming up on Disney, and that'll be September 24th. And the trailer, little teaser, is pretty awesome.
Cool.
So the introductory episode is called Steps into Shadow. The episode will feature the introduction not only of Grand Admiral Thrawn,
Nice.
voiced by Lars Mikkelsen, but also Bendu, a mysterious force wielder played by Doctor Who veteran Tom Baker.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So the teaser's out.
He was one of the was he the first Doctor?
You're asking me? I don't know, Doctor
Come
Who.
on, man.
Come on, man. I don't know.
Ask the Google.
The doctor.
Yeah, I think he was. No, he was the one that everybody remembers with the scarf and yeah.
The doctor.
Yeah, will you stop?
Exterminate.
He was the fourth. He was the fourth Doctor. But yeah, like I said, he's the one that everybody remembers because he had the scarf, and that was what I remember being on PBS when I was a kid. Is that version?
That
of
Doctor.
It. So, yeah.
I will say, watching the teaser, I did see a picture of Darth Maul.
Oh yeah, yeah. They use him. Him and a brother, I think.
Yeah, his brother's Darth something really nasty sounding.
Yeah.
It's like Flemwad or
Shopping
something.
mall.
Yeah. Hummer 2.
Taj Mahal.
Taj. Bayou Chevrolet. Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to spin the commie rack.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Show your allegiance to the Ninja Troll by following us on social media. On Facebook at facebook.com/Ninja Troll Digicast. On Twitter at Ninja Troll Show. On Instagram at Ninja Troll Digicast. And find us on YouTube at youtube.com/C/Ninja Troll Digicast.
What have you done with those plans?
Or you can always contact us at ninjatroll@digitaltuxedo.com. You should tend to it quickly.
I hope so, Commander, for your sake. The Emperor is not as forgiving as I am.
You're listening to the Ninja Troll Digicast.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Like you angry. Dr. Banner, we need you angry. That'll do. The Ninja Troll Digicast. The only podcast with a kick.
All right, welcome back to the Ninja Troll Digicast, and we got to tell you about the Charlotte Comic-Con that we just went to a scant few days ago.
Scant.
It was a scant few days ago. As we cast our minds back. Now it was an awesome show. It's always Charlotte Comic-Con is always a very well run show.
Yeah.
It's a good family show, and I say that because they keep the prices really affordable.
Oh, it's great.
12 and under is in free, and adults are $5. You can afford to bring your family to that and not kill yourself.
No, still
paying
buy
for
stuff.
You
Yeah.
still have money left to buy stuff.
Exactly. So you pay less at the door and spend more inside.
It's true. I mean, if you think about it, like the door admission really matters. Like Heroes is very expensive. You know,
It
it's
is.
one of the most expensive shows around. Rightfully so.
Yeah,
it's
worth
huge.
it. Yeah, it's worth it.
And you get real big names, which is they got to pay for. So cool. But it's less money, less dollars. People are more conscious about what they buy and spend on. So.
But yeah, it's always a great show. This one was huge. I think it was probably the biggest crowd that they've had.
Yeah, biggest pre-sale they've had.
Yeah.
Rick and Dave said on the Facebooks. I think. I mean, as far as they had a ton of those Walking Dead people, like there were a lot of attraction there.
They had people who had played walkers, and one of the bikers that was in the group that Daryl blew up with the rocket launcher, he was there as well.
Was he really?
Yep. And also, I
Wasn't there
didn't.
a classic wrestler there?
That's what I was about to say. I didn't
who
know
was
it
that
until I got there. But Boogie Woogie Man Jimmy Valiant was there, as well as
I'm not familiar with him.
the Maestro. You don't know Boogie?
No, man.
Oh man, I'm gonna duct tape you into a chair and show you some classic wrestling.
Seriously, I need Clockwork Orange education.
Yeah, because Jimmy Valiant was he was a tag team champion back in the 70s with his brother Johnny Valiant in the WWF before it was even WWF. And he came to the Carolinas and kind of reinvented himself as the Boogie Woogie Man, and he was just over the moon. Everybody loved him. Had a long beard down to like the middle of his stomach.
Oh, awesome.
Looked crazy, and he was always dancing and
He's a real party guy. And,
yes. And I've worked with him several times, and he's so much fun to work with because he's one of the most positive dudes you will ever see.
Awesome.
I didn't get a chance to, unfortunately. I didn't get a chance to go out there and talk to him, unfortunately, because like I said, I didn't know he was out there until doors had already opened.
He'd been like Jimmy D.
He has a tendency to grab people and kiss them. So I have been kissed by the Boogie Woogie Man before.
That's That's one of the weirdest sentences you will probably ever say in your life.
I was kissed by the Boogie Woogie Man.
Boogie Woogie Man.
By the way, sorry, I need to show you guys this. I saw this online the other day. I just posted on Ninja Troll Facebook page. It's the WWF logo. If you guys know the controversy between the World Wildlife Federation.
World Wildlife Federation sued the WWF
for having the same initials.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody cleverly took that logo and then had a bear on top of the original bear
chair.
With a folding chair about to crack him.
That is awesome.
To me, that settles it. That just settled years of bad mojo there between the companies. But it was a great show. I mean,
it was.
The cosplay, I think, was head and shoulder. I mean, the Jason was there.
Oh my gosh, that guy scared the crap out of me.
Oh no! Well, you guys saw him at Shelby.
We saw him at Shelby,
Con, right?
Yeah,
and
that's where he scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
And he just stands and looks at you like how Jason does.
Yeah, he was like standing directly above me, and me and my dad were talking, and like he interrupted himself. He went, "Oh my lord!" And I'm like, "What? Oh, okay."
He's about 6'5",
so short.
6'6", this guy.
Yeah, he's at
so
least
tiny.
6'4", 6'5", and so he has that intimidation. The looking down just like Jason would, and he was because that was the thing. Jason was always so huge in the movies.
Yeah.
And this dude has it down, and he commits. I don't think I've heard him say a word. He commits to it. But yeah, there was so many great cosplays running around. There was a Gambit that was running around that was pretty good.
Yeah, Emma was like working into the wee hours of the night beforehand. You're like crunching before the show.
Going around throwing cards.
Yeah, and she was throwing cards back in that little area right behind my table, where it's open in between the vendors.
The little...
Yeah, she was throwing cards back there, so she didn't kill anybody. So
you gotta be careful.
But she was getting good distance too. So
nice.
She went all the way down to Rebel Comics. Rebel
base.
Yeah.
Told Marcus he should have gone over there and said Rebel scum.
That's right.
Well, when 501st was there, right? Speaking of Marcus, right?
Yep. The 501st was there. The Klingon group, Klingon Assault Group, I think is the name of it. The Star Trek Independent Fleet was there as well. Cool. Like you said, there was a bunch of walkers. The Ghostbusters were there. The Ghostbusters. I forget exactly what they. It's the female group of. Carolina
they were on
Ghostbusters.
Wilson's World. They're like the Southern Ghostbusters.
Yeah, and Cher, the leader of that group, is also part of the 501st. She's a stormtrooper. She was one of the stormtroopers that was here at Queen's University for the Chuck Wendig.
That's where I recognized her from.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Oh,
and she also does a Marty McFly.
Does
it's
she?
really, really good.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. It was a great show. A lot of people.
That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't. So it started off rough and kind of slow, and not much was happening. Not many people coming up to the table and stuff like that. And I had my painting set up, so I started working. Like, look, I know, like the way I work, it's like you
put in your headphones and I mean.
Well, no, I had it open. I was, people came and said hello. I would turn around and talk and stuff like that, but didn't really sort of do much. And then I went out and I got the big lady painting that I was working on.
Oh yeah,
the big face.
That thing's huge.
And I worked on it, and like that started to get attention. Then people started buying prints. I sold 3 Harley Quinns to one lady. Yeah, she was so excited.
That's right.
She had a set.
You said she got all the different versions.
Well, I have two versions: the clown and then the Suicide Squad. So she bought one Suicide Squad that was painted, and then 2 clowns that were sort of different colors.
Cool.
Which was great. But I couldn't believe it. I painted 2 ladies while I was there. One guy came over and he's like, "Oh, that's cool," and then left. And he came back, bought it. And just was like, "I want it." And he just
that's the thing you always hear. You see people go, "Oh, that's really cool," and then they walk off and you never see him again. So it's really cool that he came back and actually bought something.
Yeah.
I was just like, and he gave me a great price. I mean, I was just amazed. I mean, I've never sold a painting at a con.
Yeah.
And that's not common. Yeah. At least I don't think so. But 15 minutes before the show ended, this lady who was her and her husband, they were toy dealers. They were sort of around the way from me. Mm-hmm. She came over and she just said, like, "That's so beautiful. How much?"
So she had been looking at it the whole day, hadn't she?
From far away, and just saw it finished and was just like, "Whoa, like this is really something now." So I was like, "Name my price." And she came back, negotiated with me a little bit, done.
Sweet.
Totally
Awesome.
done.
That is awesome.
And she took it home, and like, I think they were trying to figure out like how the hell do we get all these toys and this big
And
old
the painting.
painting
Yeah.
home. But on the way out, her husband said something. He said thanks. It was really really nice. But he said something really funny to me. She's like, that painting's a little scary. I was like, can you kind of sign something to say that she won't haunt my house? So I was like, no.
That does not come with the disclaimer.
I was like, just have some holy water in the little sideboard there. You'll be good. But this is my best show by far. I did the best out of all the concept.
Selling 2 paintings.
Yeah, and you sold your double Thor, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, I sold. I had a lot of people all day looking at the Thor piece, and there was one guy who was like, he asked how much it was. I told him, and he's like, he stood there, and I was like, okay, he's gonna do it, and he was like, I might have to come back for that. So he went on. And then
did he come back?
No, it wasn't him. Yeah, and there was several other people that looked at it and were really interested in it. But then this one guy was late in the day also. He loved Walt Simonson, who was the artist for it.
This is the Beta Ray Bill.
It's the Beta Ray Bill. The
what's
two-part.
the numbers?
It's
Got him.
Stump me. It was the 2-part. Where Beta Ray Bill was introduced,
Thor,
and he's actually worthy to
Mjolnir.
pick up the hammer. The 337 and 338.
There you go. Good job.
And I put the 2 of them together because it in the first one, Beta Ray Bill actually, like, they're fighting. Thor drops the hammer and he just picks it up like nothing.
Like figuratively drops the hammer, or literally?
He literally dropped the hammer, and Beta Ray Bill just picked it up. And then, okay, now he's Thor.
Which is amazing.
In the second part, Thor had to fight him to get his hammer back. and one of the funny panels that I used was where Beta Ray Bill just kind of casually says, he's talking to Odin, and he's like, when I beat your son in combat. And Thor's like, wait, hey, hang on. I was injured, or there was some excuse or something. It was like, wait a minute, you didn't really beat me. And then, so that's when they were like, okay, well, let's fire it up. Cage match. Let's go.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, the guy was,
issue.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. But the guy he really loved it. And
what else did you let go of the show?
Punisher Warzone #1.
Is that the one with the
yes.
gun with the wall
cast,
with the million bullet?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Didn't you do the Green Lantern?
Oh, you're the Kyle.
The Green Lantern didn't sell.
Did you? Oh,
the Kyle
okay.
Brady Green Lantern.
No, we had a lot of people that were looking at it. One lady, her daughter is a big Green Lantern fan, and her birthday is in November, I think. So she was thinking about it, but she never came back.
Yeah.
But the Fantastic Four 258, which was John Byrne, and it was all
the Doom face?
The Doom,
yeah.
the whole thing was
nice.
Dr. Doom. It was funny. It was Fantastic Four, but the Fantastic Four didn't appear in it at all.
Was it the Gatefold comic?
No.
Okay.
No, it was the one where Doom's hand is tearing the cover. And
it's not the close up of his eye.
No, I posted that was an internal panel that I posted online.
I got you. Okay.
But yeah, it's John Byrne, so it was
classic.
Yeah, classic, iconic.
Totally.
So that one went, and then the Punisher Warzone, and then the Thor. So
beautiful, man. You did great, Dan.
I was really happy.
Good
with
mojo at the second half of the day.
Yeah. So and like I
church
said,
let out. That's why.
Yeah, there you go. But
Honey, don't put so much in the collection plate. We're going to Comic-Con.
We're going to Comic-Con. Yeah. But yeah, that I was really happy that the Thor piece went, because I had a lot of people all day that were really interested in it. So I was like, okay, maybe it'll. In the larger pieces, just like your paintings, they don't move as quick.
You got to, and you move them.
Yeah,
in and out.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's when one of those goes, it's really cool. So
yes.
Now I got to figure out what other one I want to do to replace that one.
Yeah.
I've got plans for a big 4. I've even got the canvas already. So
nice.
I need to do one of the. I think I'm either going to do Batman Year One or Batman Death in the Family, where Jason Todd gets killed.
Brilliant.
You need to do Crisis.
Oh, that's gonna be a big one.
Huge.
Yeah,
that's gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be huge.
That's gonna be epic.
12 piece. I've got the comics. I've got.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I've got Crisis.
Oh, I didn't know that. I know you had the
We got the trade paperback, yeah.
Trade
But,
paperback.
that's what I gave you to read.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got all the single issues, and I've got all the single issues of Infinity Gauntlet as well.
Oh,
So
do it, man.
that'll probably be
all the crossover
first.
stories would be major.
Yeah.
Like if you did the original Secret Wars
Oh wow.
or Secret Wars 2,
Oh, that one didn't sell nothing.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo, yeah. But yeah, it was a great con. We both obviously had really good days. And Emma did her first like full
body cosplay.
full body cosplay.
Hey, you
Yeah.
crushed it, Emma.
Yeah, that
Sweating to
yeah.
death.
yeah, that's what you're
I
finding
gotta
out
get used
about.
to.
What you're finding out about cosplay now is like when you have that full body costume, it gets
it's
hot.
sweaty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first girl that came up to our table, like right when the doors opened,
Mm.
was hilarious. She came up to me and it's like, "Oh, cool, can I get a picture?" And before she took the picture, because I had posed, and she said, before she
It's
took
when you
the
got your
picture-
cards out. It's when she
Yeah,
realized.
it's when I got my cards out. She was about to take the picture, and she's like, "Wait, are you Gambit?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she went, "Oh my god!"
Because I guess
she
she was
just
just
freaked out.
I guess she just wanted to take a picture because she was cosplaying.
Yeah.
But then when she got the cards out and
You put it
posed
together.
Oh my
yeah, she put it
God.
together and she was like, "Oh, you're Gambit.
So you
That is awesome."
won. You won. Yeah, with the first
Yeah.
person. They
And
weren't.
I
Then they
was-
were like, "That's nice." You know?
Yeah. I
then what,
was
sorry?
I found an empty-ish hallway where it was the emptiest place I could find that still had people that could spectate
Yeah.
that I wouldn't hit.
That you wouldn't poke their eyes out with the cards.
Yeah.
Paper cuts.
So she was just
The
putting
worst
cards.
paper cut. So I was throwing them down the hallway, and some girl came up to she said, "That is awesome." And she said, "How old are you?" And I said I'm 14. And she said, "You are the most bad 14-year-old I've ever seen."
That is awesome. See that right there makes it worth it right there.
Yes.
You gotta put that on your resume.
Makes it worth
Why should
makes
you
it
come
worth-
to this fine establishment of college? I'm the most badass 14-year-old you ever met.
That was really cool. But we really had a lot of fun. It was, I mean, Rick and Dave both they worked their butts off
Outdoing themselves.
and
Yeah, it's
and
always
do
so much
such a
fun.
good job every time. So it's a really fun show to go to. We love it. So we just wanted to give a little props there. So
Most Comic Cons are really fun to do.
well, that's true. Yeah, but this one's even better. So
Yeah.
all right, let's take a spin of the comic rack.
Meanwhile, back at the Cathedral of Wisdom, it's time for the comic rack. Hey, nice rack.
Knock it off, perv.
No, it's the latest news from the enormous world of comics. Right here on the Ninja Troll Digicast.
All right, first thing out today, Superwoman #1.
Oh,
There is a huge death in this comic, and I usually like stuff that comes out like on this day. I usually try to stay away from spoilers.
on this day.
1943.
But you couldn't stay away from this one.
It's such a huge change, but it's also the series is changing even in #1. That's the thing, because it's been promoted as Lois Lane got the powers of Superman when he was dying.
Okay, so she sort of absorbed them?
Exactly,
Is that-
yes.
Okay.
Spoiler alert.
And they've said, yeah, if you're going to read Superwoman #1 and you're getting it today, give me about 30, 45 seconds, and then you pop back in here. But it had been promoted that Lois Lane was going to be Superwoman.
I'm timing you.
She got his powers, but they said they were killing her.
Right. Every time she used them.
Yeah, much like it was to him.
Right.
So in Superwoman #1 that came out today, Lois Lane died. Now this is the new 52 Lois Lane who had become Superwoman. So
What the hell are they gonna do?
exactly, that was when you first read it, you're like, oh crap, what are you gonna do? And it had always been pushed as Lois Lane was the Superwoman, and Lana Lang was going to be kind of her sidekick, or non-powered sidekick. But now Lana has powers, and she will continue on as Superwoman.
Oh, perfect.
Exactly.
They needed to get rid of the new 52 character. I
Yeah,
think.
and
so
we
she's
still
dead,
have-
like we got a body. It's in the ground.
She went like the new 52 Superman did. She kind of turned to ash, basically.
I think it's been a little more than your time. that
Oh,
you said.
hush! You're slowing me down.
Hey.
So the series has changed now, but it's still going on And like you said, the New 52 Lois is still in the same world with now the Lois Lane of that was pre-Flashpoint.
Yeah.
That is now in the world.
She's
Kind of
not
need to clean
super.
that up.
Yeah,
she's not super. So I think it kind of needed to be done.
I don't think they wanted another Power Girl, Supergirl on their hands.
Exactly.
Which is cool
They were the
because
same
they
character,
both developed.
but yeah.
But it's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. But Lana actually gets a new costume that looks a lot like the. Do you remember back in the 90s the electric Superman?
Yeah.
When he looked blue, he was blue.
Totally.
Hers looks like that except it's red.
Wow.
So
this is the Superman Beyond. Glowing, or this is
no. It was when he was his powers were like they became like electric based. Ooh. And he actually look up Superman Blue and you'll see
Superman Blue. Okay.
It looks
blue.
It lasted for a while. It was like a white suit with blue symbol and blue accents to it, and like his eyes were blue.
I got you.
He had like electric hair. I don't think she's gonna have electric hair.
It's the complete opposite of what you said. It's a blue suit with white trim.
Oh,
but that's okay.
That's what I said.
You're good. You're totally good. Yeah, no, I see. So
oh wow, that's cool.
It sort of had. Oh wow, they had Superman blue and red.
Oh, that's right. They did. They had both of them. That's right.
Oh, that's cool.
Interesting.
But yeah, hers is going to be red instead of the blue of his.
Cool.
But it also, now that we see this happen in number 1, it casts a weird light on the cover of number 2 that's already been released, which featured Lois trying to scramble out of what looked like a mass grave.
Oh.
So is Lois coming back somehow,
come back as
or
evil?
is this the now current Lois, the pre-Flashpoint Lois that's now the rebirth? We'll just call her the rebirth Lois.
Rebirth Lois. Yeah.
Is that her? And Lana has to go help her.
Could be.
Or it's interesting.
Could be.
That's the thing. It kind of throws that into question. Like that's already been released and nobody really thought anything about it. And now all of a sudden Lois is dead. So wait a minute.
So we have to think about
what is going on here.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting things are going on. So
that's awesome.
But also out today from DC Comics, the new Superman, the Chinese Superman,
Chinese Superman,
has been joined by the new Batman and the new Wonder Woman of China to form the Justice League of China. I guess.
All right.
I give it 8 issues.
Yeah,
before it just
could be great. Maybe it'll take off in China. I mean, that would be kind of epic.
So it's like, okay, I understand what you're doing, and okay, you've got Superman, and it's got the dash in there, so it's different, and he's Chinese, and that's great. But then when you throw in, now there's a new Batman and there's a new Wonder Woman, and it's like, okay, it's gonna collapse under its own weight at this point.
Well, I wish we just had like super young team, like in Final Crisis. They're great.
Do that.
They need some time. Yep.
But yeah, I'm calling it now. I give it 8 issues if it makes it that far. Marvel Comics debuted a new costume for Spider-Man in this week's Spider-Man Deadpool number 8. Oh. It looks to be like Black Widow inspired.
Oh, I want to see this.
It's
so it's Spider-Man, new Spider-Man costume.
Yes.
Deadpool.
Yeah, Spider-Man Deadpool number 8, which is out today. It's like the Venom suit. It's like completely black, except the eyes and the symbol are red, a dark red. And in the palm of his hand, he has the Black Widow symbol.
Whoa.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I like
the red
eyes.
And it looks like claws.
Claws in the fingertips.
Claws on
That's
his fingertips.
intriguing.
That is pretty rad.
And the Spider-Man Deadpool series has been pretty good. It's been funny because Deadpool is paid to kill Peter Parker. And he tries to convince Spider-Man that he needs to give him intel on his boss, who is, to the world, Spider-Man works for Peter Parker. It's kind of like the old school Iron Man thing when
where he works for Tony.
Yeah. So
that never worked.
Yeah.
This is not going to turn out well.
But the series has been pretty good because Deadpool desperately wants to be buddies with Spider-Man.
Why?
But just because he's cool.
He's Deadpool.
Yeah. Oh. And but then he's also trying to get him to help him kill Peter Parker. So,
Oh, good lord.
Is Deadpool just dumb? He's just dumb.
no, well, he
just
doesn't know that Spider-Man's Peter Parker. So he's trying to convince him that Peter Parker's not a good dude, so he needs to help him. So yeah, it's actually been a lot of fun. So yeah, you can check that out and see his new costume, which looks pretty sweet.
Awesome.
So,
Deadpool's always fun.
yeah, Deadpool's always fun, exactly. So now Star-Lord is also getting a revamp for his costume as part of the Marvel Now initiatives. The new design is done by Chris Anka, and it encompasses his different costumes over the years in the comics and the movies as well.
Cool.
The undershirt actually looks like his original costume, that had the straps across. He's got a undershirt that actually has those white stripes across it.
On it?
So yeah, it looks like his original costume.
Cool.
And then he's got a jacket that has like a fold over thing with a little
All right, I just need to see this.
starburst flare design on the front.
New
Starburst.
Star-Lord
Now
costume. I love
the
this.
helmet, of course, has become iconic, so they didn't mess with that at all. That's still there.
No, that space helmet's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you have to keep that one. So,
Nice. It's simple.
yeah,
Honestly.
it looks good.
It kind of has a Nova Corps look to it a little bit too.
Almost,
wow.
yeah, because that
Very
symbol,
uniform
yeah,
like. Yeah.
yeah. But it like that
pretty
little
cool.
the little flare symbol in the center. I like that. It looks cool.
Is that his logo?
I guess so
'Cause that's
now.
gonna
Yeah,
be his,
yeah, makes sense.
Cool.
So, and in today's Action Comics number 981, Superman has to go up against Doomsday again to save his wife and son.
What? Oh, wow.
So Doomsday is threatening, and Doomsday is who killed him.
Mhm.
Yeah, you remember?
I remember.
Did you
I
read
haven't
the entire thing?
What, the Death of Superman?
Yeah.
No, not
Okay.
the whole thing.
So
I
this
read
is-
like 1 or 2 issues.
Yeah, that's the thing. The current Superman is the pre-Flashpoint Superman, which is the one that was killed by Doomsday
And he's back. Yeah.
and is back. So he has to go up against the monster that killed him in the first place.
Wait,
Wow.
killed or actually killed?
Well, he killed him.
Yeah.
Okay.
He died at the end, but then he came back,
Uh,
and that's a complicated story that you have to read.
Okay.
Because I'm not getting into
I'll
all
try and catch up on Flash Rebirth, and
that. Hey, you got some work to do.
yeah, I just need to catch up.
You need to. That's right.
It's all right.
I
We
also
all
need
do.
mustard.
I do too.
But it's interesting that they've obviously lowered Doomsday's power.
For sure. Yeah.
Because to have him be an ongoing character, you kind of have to.
Because he was so powerful to begin with.
Well, and the way they put it forward when they first introduced him was every time Doomsday died, whatever killed him, when he came back, he would be impervious to it.
Invulnerable to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Because didn't
So-
Superman rough him up at first, and then didn't he
No, they fought and just beat the crap out of
went
each
back
other.
and
Yeah.
forth? Yeah.
Until they beat each other to death. So,
Good
That's
times.
nice.
yeah, good times. Yeah.
Good times.
Spoiler alert. So, and Ghost Rider, we talked about it, I think last week.
Female Ghost Rider?
Female Ghost Rider?
Or no, the new Ghost Rider who's got the weird metal skull.
Yeah, Robbie Reyes
Robbie
is
Reyes,
the character's name. He's going to be coming to TV on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Cool.
But now he's returning to the comics as well with his own series.
He's got
Kind
the
of figure
car,
that's going
right?
on. He
the
has a
muscle
car.
car.
He's a little different. That's the thing I didn't realize until I read this article about the new series coming. He's a little different than the other ones because I used to read Danny Ketch as the Ghost Rider, and he was the Spirit of Vengeance, just like Johnny Blaze was.
That was the subtitle of Ghost Rider. It's
Spirit of Vengeance, exactly. Robbie's different. The spirit that is, like, I don't know the best way to say it, like infesting him. I don't know really how
possessing,
possessing him. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not a spirit of
him.
vengeance, like Danny and Johnny
Johnny.
Blaze. He is possessed by the specter of a serial killer named Eli Morrow. So he actually makes a choice to do good because the spirit of vengeance in them made them do the right thing and made them do good.
Yeah.
And the spirit in him makes him want to kill.
Oh. And he has to resist
He
it.
has to resist that.
Oh, so it's
so
a
it's
lot of
kind of-
internal dialogue.
Yeah, it's kind of a reverse almost. I'm not 100% on board of the design because it looks pretty weird to me. It looks almost like a mask instead of him becoming, and with this being a different type of spirit, maybe that's the thing.
That's how it's got to be.
Yeah. But I love Ghost Rider, so I'll pick it up. I'll check it out. I kind of figured with him showing up on the TV show that it would
it'll spur some interest in the comics and the stories still expand.
And that was actually like I said, when I binge watched the last half of the season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
You're ridiculous.
there was an Inhuman who
was it?
Basically, I don't think they ever gave him his name. He actually played around for a while trying to figure out his name. I don't think they ever landed on anything. But he made stuff he touched, he could turn it into like an explosive.
Oh, well, like Gambit.
Well, no, because Gambit charges it up with kinetic energy. This was like not fire based, but he at one
concussion.
Point he grabbed it's more of a concussion. He grabbed a chain and he started using it like Ghost Rider, and he heated it up so it was almost. And that was my first thing. It was like, oh, wait a minute.
I like that.
That looks like Ghost Rider.
Yep.
So, because that was always one of the things I loved about Ghost Rider was that chain.
That was Danny.
Both of them had it. Both of them used it.
Johnny Blaze had a chain as well.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay.
And that was the way they captured people, and they would lock them in for the penance stare, because they.
Right. That he had to do to like.
He stared at them, and he showed them their sins, and they had to experience what they had done. Yeah, it was pretty harsh. I love that.
Gosh.
So, but yeah, I always loved Ghost Rider.
90s.
Yeah, the 90s were awesome. So they glow in the dark covers. And
I saw some foil goodness when we were at when we were at Comic-Con for sure. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god,
90s
rock,
man.
What are we doing?
Come on,
guys. Where's my trading card?
That's right. But yeah, so I'm interested to see the new series, and it'll be fun to see. And he has the big muscle car instead of the bike.
Yeah.
So
there's been some cool bikes. I mean, some classic bikes.
Yeah.
Like some sort of just unassuming bikes. Like Johnny Blaze's bike, for example, was just
like
a sort of regular kind of chopper style Harley, maybe.
Yep, regular old Harley. Yeah.
And then Danny had that super.
See, his became something different. When he turned into the Ghost Rider, his
the bike
changed.
Like He-Man.
It had like eyes.
Right.
Yeah. It became something different.
And the tires were fire.
Wheels were flame. Yeah, exactly. Awesome. See?
Just like He-Man.
See? Just talking about this is awesome. You know it is.
Come on, Cringer. Let's use the power of Grayskull.
Yeah. So, yeah, that'll be coming soon as part of Marvel Now, which I think kicks off in October.
Yeah,
I think is when it's supposed to kick off.
Yeah,
so
that's exciting.
So we'll hear more about that, I'm sure. But it had to be coming with, he's going to be on TV, so they're going to have a series for him. So
totally. Well,
all right, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to revisit the classics with Emma, taking a fresh look at Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan.
Where does it get those wonderful toys?
Want to find out all you need to know about the Ninja Troll toys? Head over to NinjaTrollDigicast.com. There you can listen to our latest show as well as find all of our previous episodes. You can also find our minicast, small bite-sized versions of our showcase and exploring the multiverse segments, and find out more about Mike and Tim. And while you're there, click on the subscribe to iTunes button to make sure you never miss an episode of the Ninja Troll. That's all at NinjaTrollDigicast.com.
Wait till they get a load of me.
Hi, this is Tom Lyle. I'm the artist of such comics as Spider-Man, Batman, Robin, and this is the Ninja Troll Digicast.
All right, welcome back to the Ninja Troll Digicast. And this is going to be a segment that we're tentatively calling Classics Revisited. And tentatively means until we come up with a better name, because that one kind of sucks.
We came up with it just out of nowhere.
Yeah, I just went, that sounds fine. Just
fine for now.
Fine for now. But what we're going to do is my daughter Emma, who is with us today,
hello,
is a newly minted comics and science fiction fan. And at the age of 14, she's experiencing a lot of these stuff that we take as classics and we absolutely love.
And you said we get nostalgia goggles
and
for
we
it,
have
so
nostalgia goggles
forget
for. A lot of times
things.
we forgive them for some things. We wanted to give her a chance to see these things herself, but also to give us an objective view of it and go, okay, does this really suck, or is it does this break the thing and we're just giving it a pass because we remember it because it's cool.
We were told it was good.
Yeah.
Of course, it was so great.
Or
when it
we
came
just
out.
remember it because it was a huge part of our childhood.
True.
So we're gonna let her start with these things and give a fresh view to these classics.
So you had her do some homework before she watched Star Trek II.
Yes,
right?
actually,
What did
because
she watch first?
because I wanted to have her watch Star Trek II: Wrath of Khan, but to understand that, you have to see the episode Space Seed from the original series, season 1 of the original series, because that's where they introduced Khan.
Yeah.
The same actor, right? Ricardo
Exactly.
Montalban.
Yes.
Yeah, just
If
much younger.
I didn't watch that, I would be so confused.
Yeah, well, you would have been confused. So you started with Space Seed. So
Yes.
let's start there. What did you think of the episode overall?
I liked it. Let me flip to my notes.
Yeah, she's got a lot of notes.
She took notes. That's awesome.
I liked it because it really grasped my attention with all the stuff that was going on, and it kept me guessing at like what was going to happen. But I did feel like it was a little too predictable.
Mm-hmm. And what?
Because
which instances? Like what ways?
a lot of them, because I didn't really trust Khan at any point. So it was a little predictable. Like it took me a while to figure out that he was Khan. It was like when he was holding the throat. Holding
the scalpel,
the scalpel up to the doctor's throat. Mm-hmm. I just like realized at that point, wait, is that Khan? Because it took me a while to figure out that was Khan.
Okay.
It was like right before he introduced himself is when I realized, oh wait, that's probably Khan.
Okay, so you were kind of
wasn't clear.
You're actually working backwards because you knew the name of Khan because it's the Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you had some foreknowledge, but not quite. So that's kind of a weird spot to be in and get to that point to where you go, oh, okay, he's the whole point of the thing.
Yeah.
So okay, but I can understand where you would say that some of the stuff was predictable.
Yeah.
And it's funny to watch stuff like that and a lot of older stuff like that you can say, oh well, it's really cliche, but the actual thing is. That's where the cliche came from. Now it's cliche because it's done over and over again.
Right.
But this was the originator. I'm not saying that Star Trek was the originator of that structure, but a lot of times you can watch stuff, older stuff that set the pace for stuff like that, and it's because it's been done over and over and over again now.
Yeah.
But that was the originator. That was so.
That's cool.
Yeah, like
Great episode.
Wasn't her name Miss McGivers?
Marla McGivers.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
When she said she asked Khan if she had to see that or something, like near the end, if she had to see her friends die,
Mm-hmm.
and I could kind of guess that she was gonna go do something else.
Mm-hmm. How did you feel about her relationship with Khan?
Like when she started kind of falling in love with him in a sort of way, I was like, oh crap, this is not going to go well.
Yeah.
something bad is going to happen.
Yeah, but it always her. She always seemed too much of a pushover for me. She had a fascination with powerful men. Mm-hmm. Because you see that Khan even pointed that out. The paintings that she did were all powerful men.
Yeah.
But she just kind of boom.
This was Khan's wife, right?
Yeah, the one that ends up being his wife.
Okay.
She was a lieutenant on the Enterprise, and she just like swooned in his arms.
Yeah.
And it was just, I would have liked to have seen more of an independent woman rather than just becoming
a wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swooning
sort of,
in his arms.
Right.
As soon as a powerful man comes along, she's, okay. And then she's gone and does whatever he wants. And like basically commits mutiny. goes against her ship and her Starfleet commission to go with him. So I mean, she did go and save Kirk, but still, she
got the guy at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So that was the episode. Do you have any more notes about the episode or?
When he kept saying he was getting fatigue or something, I'm like, no.
Well, that was obviously fake.
Yeah.
That was
no.
I am.
It's like
fatigued.
whenever he didn't want to be questioned.
Oh yeah,
anymore.
of course. Yeah, that's an old.
Why
trick.
did they give him like access to all the tech manuals?
Well, I mean,
that was just.
But you don't think they had no idea that this was a genetically enhanced intellect.
Yeah.
And that he could. Like if you think about somebody who is jumped forward 200 years, are they even going to understand the tech manuals?
Right.
Oh yeah.
So that's the way they're looking at it. So they didn't really think it was going to be a problem. He was unfortunately able to, take all of the information in and really be able to understand it and use it against them.
Oh yeah.
So it was like in hindsight you can say, oh, you shouldn't let him look at that, but how are they going to know that it's something like it's going to happen? So.
Samuel, what do you think of the fact that like Khan comes from this time, like the 90s?
Yeah, it was 1992.
Yeah, what
when
year
the
does
eugenics
this take place?
wars.
1992 was when they were supposed to have been
frozen, right?
Frozen and sent off from.
Yeah, but what year did this episode currently take place?
That's like in the 23rd century.
Dang.
Yeah. So
episode 23 of season 1.
Yeah.
It aired 67.
Yeah, it aired in 67. So Khan's people were put in the ship and sent away from Earth in 1992, supposedly. And this is set 200 years after that. So it's the 23rd century.
Holy crap.
So, but how did you feel about Kirk's solution at the end? With how he instead of putting them in jail somewhere, he found them a planet to colonize. How did you feel about that solution? Now, taking out the fact that now it's going to come back and bite him in the butt later. Take that out of it. But just looking at the episode and going, okay, is this a proper solution for them?
No.
You didn't think so?
No.
What do you think should have happened?
I think he should have gone to some sort of prison type place because he tried to. He almost did successfully take over the ship, and instead of sending him to a planet to colonize where he could grow like an army or something like that.
But if there's no spaceship on the planet, how's he gonna?
Yeah, it's stuck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's uninhabited, so that's his planet to like Kirk said. Here's your planet to conquer. This is what he does and what he is going to want to do. If you put him in the brig, if you put him in a starbase prison, he's gonna want to break out and he's gonna want to take over.
Start an uprising.
Yeah, and he did open that door and beat the crap out of his guard in front of his door.
Yep. So.
Okay, yeah, I see the logic in that.
He didn't
drop
know.
Him off in
he
space.
didn't know that SETI Alpha 6 was going to explode.
Yeah, it went to Nova.
Yeah. Okay, so that was Spacey. That was the setup for Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. So now we move to The Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
And again, what do you feel? Or what are your overall feelings about it?
I really liked it. I think it had they made Khan into a really good villain where he was like so consumed by wanting revenge on Kirk, and it doesn't matter. He wouldn't care if he had complete control of the universe. He would just like sacrifice all that just to kill Kirk.
Yes,
because he was so consumed by revenge.
He was obsessed with that. Yes,
very depressed when Spock died, and the body that dropped down scared the living crap out of me.
In the space station.
At the end, when I had gotten home from work, she was still watching it, and I tried to keep myself. I wanted you to watch it while I wasn't there, so that I didn't taint the research, for lack of a better term, because this is by far one of my favorite movies of all time. I can pretty much
Wow.
quote it word for word. As a matter of fact, when I was on my way home from work, I was talking to your mother on the phone, and I heard a bit of dialogue through the phone, and I knew exactly where you were in the movie.
Wow.
It's just that I've watched this movie thousands of times, and I absolutely love it. So I didn't want to be there and kind of sway you one way or the other. I wanted you to watch it with completely fresh eyes that were completely yours.
Yeah, you came in. I was like right looking at the screen. I turned over to say hello to you right before I could say it. The body dropped down and scared the crap.
They were in
out of me.
the regular
science
space
regular
station.
one. Yeah.
And the
Carol Marcus.
When Bones walks into the bloody hands. Yeah, that's where she was.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, that I wanted you to be able to do that and not like be swayed anyway with me, because I if I was there, I can't help, and I tried to stay out of the room when I got home because I can't help but really get into it.
That's too good.
But I was in the kitchen when Spock died, and she was like, "Well, that was depressing," because she was expecting some kind of last minute save.
Yeah, that was very depressing.
It was very depressing. Yes.
He just fell to the floor like, and I'm like, no.
But that's the thing. You're invested with the character, and
yeah, they had a death with a character that you were emotionally connected to, and that's what
extremely emotionally connected.
Yes,
with. Yeah,
that makes for a really good storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be TV, movie, or comic.
What would you say the overall theme was of the movie?
No, I didn't think about that. Oh crap!
Well, you think about some of the things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that sacrifice?
Yeah.
Was the overall theme? Because Spock actually does it several times. He sacrifices his obviously at the end he sacrifices his life to save everyone.
Yeah.
But he sacrifices his command of the Enterprise.
Yeah.
And gives it to Kirk because it makes the most sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason he did what he did at the end. It made the most sense.
Yeah.
For a third movie.
Yeah.
For another sequel.
Yeah, there is another sequel. We'll watch that soon. So.
Well, how many movies are there?
The original series there was 6. Yes, 6.
7 or was it? Yeah,
it was 6.
Undiscovered Country was the last one.
Yeah, that was
the original series before First Contact or Generations.
Generations. Generations was the bridge between the two crews.
Now I know what it sounds like to other non-geek people when I'm talking about geek stuff.
Yeah, well, I didn't have you watch Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
And you're
welcome.
That's a little harder to
weird. Yeah, it's really weird
to get into. Yeah.
It was actually a concept for a new TV show, and at some point the TV show got turned into a movie. So that's why it's kind of weird and disjointed. It was like a pilot episode that was supposed to be an hour long that was turned into a 2-hour movie.
Right.
So there was a lot of issues there, but back to Wrath of Khan.
Back on topic.
Yeah. Which we do that occasionally.
It's all
veer off topic.
Occasionally.
What was your favorite part of the movie?
Not the part where Khan picked the thing out of the cage and then put it in the ear. That was just nasty. That was just nasty. Oh my god! I was eating food at the time.
But it was
nasty.
It was very menacing, though.
Yes,
you knew that Khan was a force to be reckoned with because he could take control of people at that point.
Ugh.
So,
just the thought when he was describing, I'm like, oh god, no.
So that was not your favorite part. What do you feel like was your? It doesn't have to be one certain one. Maybe a couple.
Yep. Sorry, by the way, as we're talking here, I made this infographic a long time ago.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
But it's got everything Star Trek ever. So there are all the movies. In connection to the original series.
Cool.
And whatnot. I got to update it because we've got 2 more.
Yeah, exactly.
With
we need
the new stuff.
We need to put that on the Ninja Troll.
Yeah. Well, I just found, I haven't had it on my website for a while. I just found it on the what is this? Hang on, the Trek Initiative Wikia.com.
Oh wow,
it's just there. Yeah,
that's cool.
Thanks, guys. Yep.
Yeah, no kidding.
Appreciate
Shout
that.
out.
Yeah. So have you figured out your favorite part yet?
Hold on, I'm looking.
So
I think.
Oh, there it goes.
No,
there
sorry.
You got it. No, rock and roll.
The fight in the nebula, I think
yes.
was really cool.
Yep,
I really liked that. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was. It was.
The nebula looks so awesome.
It did look really cool
for the 80s. I mean, it was.
Yeah, you think about it. Yeah, that was 80
something.
3 when it came out.
I think so.
So you think about the effects that they had back then. Yeah, it looked really, really good. And the battle itself is 82.
Yeah.
So close.
Yeah, when Spock points out, he's extremely intelligent. His tactics are good, but he thinks two-dimensionally because he's not used to space warfare.
Yeah.
And that's how they got him. They dropped down, and they were able to basically sneak up behind him by using his lack of three-dimensional experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, how did you feel about the relationship between Kirk and his son, who originally David didn't know he was his dad?
Yep.
And so at some point during the movie, and it happened off camera, so
Kill
you
him right off the
Carol,
bat.
yeah,
Carol Marcus.
At some point during the movie, off camera, Carol tells him, "That's your dad, so knock it off."
Stop trying to kill your
Stop
father.
trying to kill him. So, yeah, how did you feel about their relationship and how it actually evolved during the movie?
Yeah, I like the touching end scene. Yeah, one of my notes was just father son moment.
Father son moment. Yeah, exactly. Well, that was actually their first father son moment.
Yeah.
Because they'd never had a relationship, and David seeing his father go through that kind of gave him a
respect.
Yeah, an insight into him and who he was.
I mean, they watched it over. It's like, look, I have multiple dads. Okay, step, biological, adopted. So like, it doesn't work out like that.
He's like
Even in space.
Even in space, it doesn't work like that.
He's like Barry on the Flash TV show. He has way too many fathers.
He has way too many fathers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it was still at the end, at that end scene, Kirk still wasn't quite sure how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was at the same time he was also pushing away what had happened, and David made him look at that. It's like, you really haven't faced death, and he has to admit to himself that no, he hasn't. He's always run around it and thought he was really clever by getting out of it, but he never had to deal with it and never had to really face it.
Yeah.
And especially somebody who he feels like is like his right hand. It's Spock is always there. He's always a part of it, and
totally.
Yeah. So he has to deal with losing him, which is a big deal.
And they did a good job of, like, they see him in the beginning, right, on Vulcan, right, like praying, and like they sort of really gave you more look into their lives. I don't think that was the first time we saw like Vulcan, right? I think
no, you didn't see Vulcan in 2. You saw it in the first one.
Oh, was that when
picture? When he has gone to Vulcan to pass the
trials or whatever.
Yeah, the trials, a Kolinar ritual. Yeah, that was in the motion
picture.
Yeah, yeah. This starts with him as the captain of the Enterprise as a training vessel.
Right, and then the Reliant encounters
exactly.
Yeah.
Did the beginning confuse you?
Yes, I was like, holy crap, calm down.
Okay,
and then I realized it was simulation. I'm like, hold on. Oh, wait, what?
Imagine me sitting in the theater going, wait, who is that? What is going on?
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Yeah, new captain.
Who is this crew? What's happening?
Yeah.
But you see Chekhov at least, right?
No, he was on the Reliant.
Oh, which was the one that got shot in the beginning? Or right? Isn't that isn't the ship?
Shot.
What? Sorry, I'm ruining this. I apologize.
Yes.
You need to go watch Wrath of God.
I apparently do. Yeah.
Do your homework.
Blend in my head. Yeah. So what's the ship in the beginning that we see? that you're talking about?
The
just the
simulation.
Enterprise?
It's a simulator. They're doing the Kobayashi Maru.
There's a good simulation
right.
too. Holy crap.
Yeah. They're doing. Savick is doing the Kobayashi Maru.
And she says it's impossible, and like he's like, "Oh well, I fixed it." And
and that's when they're on the Genesis planet, he finally tells her that he reprogrammed it, and that's when David's like, "You cheated."
Yeah.
And so David's still giving him crap there. He's like, because he still just looks at Kirk as the one-dimensional Starfleet guy.
Right, that wasn't ever around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so...
but you knew who that crew was. Kirstie Alley.
Well, it's Kirstie Alley. I was like, what's
Rebecca
Sam?
Howell doing?
Where's Sam?
On the,
and Woody.
Was she on the show by then?
I don't think so.
This was 82, so no.
She wasn't on the show yet.
No, she was.
You need to do more homework.
But how did you like the relationship between Spock and Savick? Was the Vulcan,
the Lady Vulcan,
lieutenant?
Vulcan. Oh,
because it was a mentor,
mentee
relationship, also kind of father-daughter relationship, and she was actually, she was a half-breed as well, just like Spock. She was half Vulcan, half Romulan.
Oh,
half what now?
That's rough.
Romulan is another, is a offshoot of the Vulcan species that actually left Vulcan before they got rid of all emotion.
Right.
So the Romulans are a very warlike species, and they have become their own Romulan star empire, and they're an enemy of the Federation. And she was half Vulcan, half Romulan.
I didn't know that.
So she had a connection with Spock there, or he had a connection with her because he felt like he wanted to help her along because she was like he was, because he's half Vulcan, half human. Mm-hmm. And so there's a relationship there. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, the overall thing for the movie, and you mentioned it before, is Khan's obsession with not just the fact that Kirk had left him there, left him to die, never checked up on him. Although, why would you do that? You don't want to go and give him opportunity to take a ship.
No.
Yeah.
But he became obsessed and blamed him for Marla dying,
right.
Death of his wife, and a lot of his people, and the fact that they were stuck now on a desert planet.
Yeah.
After SETI Alpha 6 exploded.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole thing was the obsession, like you said, you pointed out. If he had control of the entire universe and Kirk was still alive, he'd give it all up to kill him. And that's why he wouldn't let him go. Joachim even tried to convince him. Mm-hmm. Like, listen, you have Genesis, you have a ship, you can go anywhere.
Yeah.
And he just wouldn't let it go. And it a lot of the stuff that he said were quotes directly from Moby Dick, which is also about obsession, because Ahab was obsessed with the white whale. So Kirk became his white whale. And actually his last words were from Moby Dick.
I knew I
from Hell's heart, from Hell's heart, I stab at thee.
Oh, wow.
With my last breath, I spit at thee. That's from Moby Dick.
Okay, I hear you say stuff like that all the time.
Well, that's all quotes from the movies. That's the thing. I go around quoting that all the time. So. But yeah, it all became about the obsession and how Khan could have had it all, but his obsession destroyed him, and he just wasn't able to let it go.
Like, holy crap! Half his face was melted off.
Yeah, that was pretty nasty.
Yeah, that was some pretty grotesque and intense film. I think of all of them, is most action packed. I think. I would say.
Absolutely. I'd say it's the best of the Star Trek movies. It's funny, that was the second one of the original crew. The second one of the Next Generation crew was First Contact, which I think is their best one.
Yeah.
So,
second time's the charm.
There you go. So, well, Star Trek movies follow the same pattern that Windows versions do.
Yeah, they get better with the update.
Every other one is good. So overall, what did you think about it?
I really like it. It had something happen with a character you had a strong emotional connection to. It had a great villain, and I really liked it overall. I thought it was a really good movie.
And you had two of the hammiest actors ever just chewing scenery all over the place. Ricardo Montalban and William Shatner were just nailing it, man. It was awesome. Yeah, when you're so mad at somebody, you scream so loud that it echoes in space.
And no one can hear you screaming.
That's how it's. Now that's Alien. That's. I thought about having her watch Alien, but then I watched the trailer and I was like, that might be a little too much.
That's intense.
It's
nasty. Like the original Alien, the first one.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's more of the thriller than it is the gore fest that the second one, Aliens.
Yeah. Well, it was like a first-person shooter almost. With the Marines in there, it became. It was a whole. That was the thing. It was a whole different type of movie.
I couldn't get through it the first time I saw it. I was so scared.
Yeah. The original was like a straight up horror movie. The second one was like the suspense action kind of thing. But yeah, at the same time you got they're looking at the little motion things and they're inside the room and they realized they were crawling everywhere else. Bill Paxton losing his mind.
Yeah.
It was just a different type of movie. So
Martinez. Yep.
But yeah, I think probably what we'll do is since that was science fiction, the next one you do, we could go with comic book, maybe Superman motion picture.
Ooh, yeah.
Or
Supergirl.
Supergirl.
That
wasn't that
Helen
great.
Slater. Well, let her
Well, that's
see
true.
it.
That's true. Yeah.
I thought it was so good when I was a kid, and I've looked at it back.
It doesn't hold up well.
Yeah, but
yeah, we can do that. Well, when we were watching the reason I'm saying motion picture, Superman in motion picture is when we were watching that 50 years of comic book movies. She asked, "Who's that?"
And he looked at me like I'm mental.
Is that Brandon Routh? And I went, no, that's Christopher Reeve. And she said, who's Christopher Reeve?
And he looked at me like.
And I stopped. The whole world stopped, and I turned and looked at her.
You will know.
Yeah, but that's another thing that watching it back now and taking off or being able to take off the nostalgia goggles. There was issues with that movie as well. Totally. But it becomes, up on a pedestal for us because it was a part of our childhood, and I still say he was the best Superman, the best movie Superman.
Oh, totally. He was charming and wonderful. Yeah. Margot Kidder, she was great. They played well together.
I wasn't a big fan of her. She had a voice like a buzzsaw.
Clark. Yeah.
She was not a nice
real Metropolis girl.
What was it? How many season massacre? She kept that. I did like that running joke. Like she would be typing something, and it was like, how many T's in bloodletting? And it was just little questions like that. That was like, oh my God, what is she writing?
Yeah, right. When you realize what it is.
So, but that's going to wrap up our segment that is for now called Classics Revisited. Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan. Yeah, temporarily. Thank you, Emma, for doing that. You did a very good job.
No problem.
And before we get out of here, we're going to give you our picks of the week. Emma, you're going to go first. What's your pick of the week?
Okay. Actually, I have two things. Pokemon Go, because I'm completely addicted. I'm a zombie now.
We've both been playing Pokemon Go, so yeah, we're kind of
a YouTube channel that actually has to do with Pokemon Go called Trainer Tips. They talk about different news in Pokemon Go, different updates. Like they did a video, they uploaded it early this morning because when I woke up it was uploaded 2 hours ago. So cool. Like 2 a.m. this morning, it was nice. It was posted talking about the new sightings instead of the nearby and how to like track down Pokemon and stuff like that. They do a lot of cool videos about that kind of stuff and different news and announcements about it. So, if you're into Pokemon Go, definitely go check them out.
Oh, cool.
Subscribe.
All right, cool.
I'm not sponsored.
Not sponsored, yeah. And mine is Pursued by a Bear by Joey Navarro.
Our buddy.
Because
the Junior.
Junior, yeah, don't forget that the Junior on there. Mike got it when we were at Heroes Con. We actually interviewed him on our Heroes Con special. You can go back and listen to that episode.
Him and his brother.
We interviewed on that show, and at Charlotte Comic Con this past weekend, I was at the table right next to him. So I went ahead and got a copy. I didn't get it at Heroes Con, so I went ahead and got a copy. And I haven't read it yet, but I'm looking forward to. So, Pursued by a Bear. Is it Navarro or Navarra? Navarra. Joey Navarra Jr.
Yes.
That's my pick.
Cool. My pick is completely ridiculous. I'm the Netflix troll.
Yeah.
But okay, so Funny or Die, the comedy production company, they put out a parody film. It's on Netflix called Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal, the movie.
Oh, good Lord.
And it stars Johnny Depp as Donald Trump.
What?
So, I'm not going to say anything else. You should just watch it and then thank me later.
Are they acting out bits from the book, or?
Yeah, it's essentially
he's just reading parts of it.
Well, the synopsis is it's a satire of businessman Donald Trump released during his campaign. The film is somewhat based on his 1987 book, Trump, The Art of the Deal. It is presented as an autobiographical film by Trump made in 1988 as an adaptation of his book.
Okay.
And in the beginning, they even show it like in a VHS cassette box and stuff and everything.
That's
and
awesome.
It's ridiculous. But it's got Johnny Depp as Trump, Michaela Watkins as Ivana, and then Jack McBrayer, Stephen Merchant, Patton Oswalt, Afro Molina, Henry Winkler, Andy Richter.
Wow.
Yeah, a whole bunch of and Ron Howard as himself giving the intro.
That's a really good cast.
Netflix is jumping the shark in life right now.
That's awesome.
This is so great. So
that is cool.
Anyway, that is my pick. Ridiculous as it is.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up this week's edition of the Ninja Troll Digicast. Remember, for all the latest news from all around geek culture, make sure you follow us on social media, facebook.com/Ninja Troll Digicast.
We're on the Twitter at Ninja Troll Show.
And Instagram at Ninja Troll Digicast.
I think we're on YouTube.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, you should read this. Go ahead, Emma. Read it.
Wait,
read the
read
YouTube
what?
one.
I can't see.
Right there.
Oh, YouTube at youtube.com/c/Ninja Troll Digicast.
Boom.
And you could always visit us at ninjatrolldigicast.com. And while you're there, make sure you click on the subscribe to iTunes button to get the Ninja Troll on iTunes. Make sure you join us next week. Same Ninja time, same Ninja channel.
You've been listening to the Ninja Troll Digicast. Tune in next time when you'll hear Mike say,
"Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb."
This is the Ninja Troll Digicast, the defenders of all things geek culture.
Don't go ninja, nobody don't need ninja.